crash, and he activated his rear amber lights in an effort to be able to slow traffic behind him and provide some level of safety for the people who were involved in that collision. He exited from his police vehicle, and as he approached the crash site, he was struck from the rear by oncoming traffic. He was transported to UCLA Medical Center, and despite their valiant efforts, he did not make it. He passed sometime this morning. He's an exceptional guy, a true leader, a true hero. He had just 26 and a half years on the LAPD. During that time, he spent about 17 of those years working a mental evaluation unit, where he was out there every day caring for the most vulnerable in our society. 2 years ago, he made sergeant and was assigned to West LA Division, and he was, all the people I've talked to who work closely with him, exceptionally funny, caring to a fault for his people, and just somebody who got out there every day and tried to make the situation that we face as good as it can be for his officers and for the people that we have the privilege to serve in our society. When I think about him, he died a hero. He was out there caring for others, putting their safety before his own. And he is somebody that we will all look to as an inspiration as we carry on the mission. I'd like to now turn it over to Chief Joe Zizzo from the California Highway Patrol. Joe, sorry.
Good morning. Assistant Chief Joe Zizzi, California Highway Patrol, Southern Division. The California Highway Patrol is actively investigating the crash, which occurred southbound 405 north of Getty Center at approximately 2:18 this morning. As the chief said, Sergeant Deng came upon this crash. There was a previous crash in the center divider. Exited his vehicle, by all accounts, to provide assistance, emergency assistance to the motorists. At that time, he was struck by a southbound vehicle. The result was Sergeant Deng was transported to this hospital. There was another party on scene in that previous crash that did die as a result of that collision. So we had 2 people that passed away as a result of this collision. As a result, all lanes are shut down for this investigation. All traffic is being routed on the 101. And the California Highway Patrol multi-accident investigation team is there and will put this crash back together for all parties, including the Los Angeles Police Department. The California Highway Patrol offers our sincerest, heartfelt condolences to the family, friends of Sergeant Deng and the Los Angeles Police Department and all folks involved in the crash today. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. I'd like to now invite Mayor Karen Bass to share some thoughts as well.
Let me just say that this is a sad day for our city. Officers, women and men who put their lives on the line every day. And the sergeant was an example of somebody who lost his life attempting to save others. My heart goes out to his family. My heart also goes out to all of the officers that served with him. Everything that I've heard about him was a real leader, cared about his officers, and I think he's an example of the men and women that serve in our department, and all of us need to think about the sacrifices that they make every day today. We will make sure that the flags fly at half-mast over city buildings. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Open it up to any questions you might have.
What can you share about the sergeant? I understand he might have been a caretaker for his older parents. Can you share something about him?
Yeah, he did do that. He was somebody who cared deeply about his family, was there for anybody who needed help, when his family, amongst his friends, and those he had the privilege to lead at the LAPD. He's somebody who was always engaged, always reaching out to see what he could do to be helpful. Somebody who was funny, somebody who everybody enjoyed being around, and just a great human being. By all accounts, I've talked to dozens of people here this morning, and the accounts are very, very similar. The word that strikes me the most is caring, truly caring about others above his own safety, and we saw that this morning, sadly.
Are you sharing his name?
Yeah, Shiou Deng, D-E-N-G. Yeah, it's pronounced Shiou, and we'll get you the actual spelling. D-E-N-G, Deng. Yeah. Say that again.
S-H-I-O-U.
Yeah. S-H-I-O-U. 26 and a half years. We're awaiting representatives from the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office. They will take charge of his body, and then we will coordinate a procession from here to the Coroner's Office in our Hollenbeck area, just east of downtown LA. Probably shortly after 8 o'clock. Yeah. You know, he's a strong family man. I won't go into great detail about his family out of respect for them and their privacy at this time. Yeah. No, thank you for that. Yeah, you know, I would say this was a tragic case where, you know, going over the 405, most everybody's familiar with that. Very dark up there. You come over the top of the hill as you approach Getty Center Drive. I believe this was in the carpool lane, this traffic accident. And when he observed it, he pulled over because he knew, you know, the risk that would involve, and put himself in harm's way in order to be able to alert others coming behind him of the seriousness, and unfortunately he was struck from behind. But the message to the public would be, you know, be alert, be aware of what's ahead of you. Always look as far ahead as you can. Try and anticipate what might happen, and if your visibility is limited, you're coming over the crest of a hill, certainly slow down. That helps an awful lot in your reaction time and ability to be able to avoid something like this. Yes, yes. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, you were just listening in there to a press conference. LAPD Chief Jim McDonnell, Mayor Karen Bass, and the CHP announcing the death of an officer who we told you earlier this morning was injured helping with a crash on the southbound 405.
Yeah, Sergeant Shiou Deng. He made sergeant just 2 years ago in the West Los Angeles Division, but he's been with the LAPD for 26 and a half years. And what really struck me is that 17 of those years he was in the mental evaluation unit, where the chief, you know, talked about how he often put himself in harm's way and what a caring and loving man this was. So it's something we'll continue to watch. Obviously, there will be pictures throughout the morning as the procession leaves the hospital and then heads to the coroner's office.
Absolutely. And as Chief McDonnell said, that he died a hero, helping people. Essentially, there was already a crash this morning on the southbound 405. He pulled up and got out of his vehicle to assist with that crash, and that's when he was struck. He was taken to UCLA Medical Center, was in critical condition, but again, they've just announced that Sergeant Deng has passed away.
We should mention, too, another person died in this crash. The person whose stalled vehicle, you know, was on the side of the roadway. It sounds like he had gotten out, had used a flashlight to try to alert people, but then was hit himself. So just a tragic morning all around that we'll continue to follow.
Still a third person who is injured.
Yes,
we have not gotten an update on their condition, but we do want to get over to our Mark Liu for more on this. Mark, what have you learned?